So yesterday was my very first day of Austrian school ever. It was definitely probably one of the scariest, most nerve-wracking things that I have ever done, walking into the school with my host mother, knowing that everybody was speaking German and I didn't know anybody. I waited with my host mother outside of the door of my classroom for a bit until the teacher came. So my host mother and I spoke with her while everybody else went and sat in the classroom. And the teacher is incredibly nice, and she happens to be the English teacher as well, so her English is very good, which is very helpful because although I like to try to speak German, I can't always communicate things, and things can't always be communicated to me, and when it's something like school, it's pretty important that I actually know what's going on and what the plan is. So when we were done talking to the teacher, I went inside the classroom with her, which at first was a little bit terrifying because I had no idea where to sit, but some of the really nice girls that I had met in the hallway before saved me a spot, so all was good. We had a very short school day. I think it was about 2 hours, and the teacher just went over rules and what the plan was sort of for the year, asked people which courses they were planning on taking. School works a little bit different here. You have one class, and I think it's about 30 people, and the teachers come to you, so we all stay together for the vast majority of our classes. It's a little bit different for me because in Canada, I've always been a year ahead in school, so I'm always the youngest in my class. Even if my class is 600 people, I will always be one of the youngest, if not the youngest. And here, I'm with people who are 15, 16, so even though I just turned 16, I'm older. They still have a few years of school left, and this would be my last year of school. I would say that in the first day, in those 2 hours, I understood about 60% of what was going on, which I am incredibly proud of because I came to this country knowing how to say, "Hello, my name is Nicole. I am an exchange student. I don't speak German. I am from Canada," and a lot of other very useless phrases. My German still is not that good, but 60% was something that I gave myself a nice little pat on the back for, and it made me hopeful that the other 40% will come in the near future. I found out that next week we have a Sportwoche, which is a sport week, so we're going to another area for the entire week to do sports, like raft building and rafting and other exciting outdoor activities. It should be interesting. I'm actually really excited for that because the entire 6th class, which is my entire grade, I guess, is going, so I'll get to know my classmates better and hopefully speak a little bit of German, or a lot of German. After school, I went into the town with some of the girls from my class, which was very nice, and they showed me around, and then I came home, ran some errands, and then I went and saw the movie Bling Ring in German with some of the girls from my class, which was very cool because it was all in German, and although the plot was incredibly simple and mostly musical montages of people stealing stuff, I understood the plot line in a lot of what they were saying in German. Thank you, Hollywood, for your basic plot line. I also had school today, and it was only about an hour and a half of explaining the rules and basic stuff and organization for next week. I think I understood less today, which was not a promising sign. Hopefully I'll start understanding more and more once we're into the routine of regular life in school. Today after school I did a little bit of shopping with some friends, And then after that, I went into Innsbruck and kind of just explored. I like getting lost in cities because sometimes when you're lost, you end up discovering the coolest little places. I think that I may have discovered what I think is one of the most important parts of exchange, which is realizing how much in our lives we take for granted. I think that as people, it's really natural to take for granted things like the friends that you have and the support that they give you and your family and all that they've done for you all your life, and you know, the freedoms that you have in your own country, your passions and your ability to explore them, and I don't know, just all of the basic fundamental things that sort of build up our lives in our home countries. We take for granted because we think that, you know, it's just the way that life is. But when you're on exchange, all of a sudden you know all of these things, but it's totally taken away from you. You know, you come to a country where you have to build up a new relationship with a family, you have to make new friends, you have to find new passions, you know, you have to adapt to a new culture. And I think that it makes you realize how incredible the simple things in life are. And I know that that sounds a little bit cliche, but it's true. I mean, there's days where I'll be having a pretty sad day, and then something like a song that I really like will come onto the radio. I'll see, I don't know, a beautiful sunset or something, and something that in Canada I would have just like, oh yeah, you know, the sun's setting. But all of a sudden you realize that there's so much beauty in the world and you take joy in little things. I just feel like I have so much appreciation and gratitude for everything that I have in my life now and everything that I had in Canada. I mean, you go into a new school and then suddenly you realize, man, it was really nice knowing everybody in Canada and knowing all my classmates and, you know, walking into a school and seeing friends and being able to, you know, just like, oh, hey, that's something that we take for granted, but it's something that's really, really nice to be able to do. And, I mean, I'm not saying that I don't like life here, because I absolutely love my life here, but it's just made me realize that things that I've always thought were part of a normal life are actually such miracles, you know? You start understanding that every day is an adventure, and every single adventure that you get to go on is almost like a little miracle. It's like a little gift, you know? You get so many opportunities in life and you just have to take them. Life is maybe 1% what is actually going on and 99% what you make of it. There have been some days here where, you know, they start off pretty sad, but I'm always able to remind myself, you know, life is a beautiful thing, and you find a way to turn it around. You find something simple to take in the beauty of, or to just enjoy the little things in life, and it's so easy to be happy. So that is all of my philosophical ramblings for tonight. I'll probably update before I leave next week, because I'll be gone all week, and then all weekend next weekend at the Rotary hiking weekend.